Last we left our heroes, you stood triumphant and yet at a loss. The battle won, but one of you gone. With some quick thinking and the aid of your celestial guardian, a way was devised to rebuild a body for Gord Dunsworth, but his resurrection was still to be a challenge. Meanwhile, you still had yet to acquire that which you journeyed here for, the hidden power, this lost history of Tenebrius. Utilizing dark necromancy and a gate gem as a housing device, Valentine and Lavender descended into a ritual of essence siphoning, an arduous and grueling process that would break lesser spirits. Yet you completed the task admirably, with some inspiring words to push you through. With that, you returned to the now repaired dreadnought and awaited the ritual for Gord. When the time came, you were once again approached by the Angel of Death, she whom you had fought to defend in Castrian not long ago. She freely stated that she and her goddess owed you all a favor, and that perhaps the Queen could free Gord's soul from Orcus's bond, and still, unfortunately, a cost was to be paid. 2 draws from the deck for such a feat. The one that ultimately proved successful. Gord, within the beginning of his eternal torment and servitude, subjected to horrors and pain no mortal could or should withstand, was spared by the Raven Queen herself and reborn. His darkness purged, his former pact shattered, but a new one born of light and shadow emerged as he was brought back to you. Reunited, the Wildcards whole once more, you completed the last step of this task and descended to Cania, delivering the gem to the Archdevil Mephistopheles, and learned of the power he believed it contained. A word of power, the last word, capable of utterly destroying any life, but more powerfully so, if used on a divine or immortal being, they would be stripped of that power, if temporarily, and turned mortal. This would be the weapon by which the devil will fall, and the Revenant Vow with him. Mephistopheles gave you a fortnight to return here once he had time to distill the power of the power word, and giving you time for much needed rest and a chance to empower yourselves to seek out these divine relics of the Fate Swarm. Thus we begin today, as you are safely returned by the Dreadnought to the searing heat of the Kel Desert, trekking for an hour, and then 2 hours, 3 hours, pushing into your 4th hour of travel through very uncomfortable conditions, but oddly enough, somehow the best conditions you've been in some time. You do once more find Sanctuary. And as you descend back within the Platinum Sanctuary, what do you guys want to do? We can be pretty loose with this, as you have tons of time at your whim, and some kind of things that you want to research or chat about, or just start getting back home. We're open to whatever you guys want to do.
Give Ted a huge hug. Hopefully he's gained a little more muscle mass. He was looking a little thick, which is no problem. But we just wanted him to be a little more athletic, I think, was our desire.
Unfortunately, he does not, and he looks, if anything, pudgier.
Just putting on the mass. I understand.
Bulking. He's in a bulking routine.
He's bulking. That's fine.
I just throw myself at Keith. First thing.
Immediately reunited. You find Keith has also put on a little bit of bulk here as well in the short time you've been gone. But he is also obviously Teddy always has been, but Keith is like clean, and like his fur has clearly been like brushed and well taken care of. His horns are nice and like cleaned and polished, and his armor is polished. Clearly Uth, Damascus, or whoever else has been taking good care of him.
While we're just being loosey-goosey, I'll have summoned Fern back if I haven't done that already. I'll just like burn that to get Fern back.
Sure, no problem. Takes a couple minutes, but...
One thing to keep in... Oh no, that was only because we had Damascus with us. I was going to say, wasn't there a whole thing about teleport and we couldn't have Fern? That's because we had extra people, so we're good.
That would suck. Sorry, buddy. I have to leave you again.
It's not like a familiar, right? You can't just like dismiss and bring back?
So basically, you have to recast the spell to do.
Yeah,
that's what I was meaning. It's not like fine.
No, you can't just like snap away.
I think Kyle would be cool with me dismissing him, but not bringing him back. Yeah.
You still have to burn the spell to bring him back.
Well, guys, do you want to get back to Arendelle to pick up our gifts for Deepwinter's Day and Secret Bard?
2 questions, Kyle. One, how many days has it been? Like, if we don't know for sure, I'll ask.
How many days since when?
Since we left. Because the one thing in the astral sea is there's no sunrise, sunset. So it's like you go to bed when you're tired and you wake up when you're not.
You guys certainly lost some track of time, though with Damascus and Booth easily able to kind of guide you. Although Damascus honestly is kind of lost as to what day it is as well. You guys have been gone for about a week, so about 7 days since you left for the Astral Sea to your return today.
7 days.
Coincidentally, today, the 33rd of Morden, is the day all your stuff was ready from Rabbit and Jinx. That's the pickup day. Just kind of worked out nicely.
So great. Question 2. You said we like walked for a few hours, and I don't know what time it was in Castellan when we got back. What time of day is it?
By the time we're at this point here, you'd be into mid-afternoon.
Okay.
Maybe early afternoon, but.
Question for the group, not necessarily in game. Is there anything we want to look at the library or anything while we're here? Because we did like a little bit last time, but not a whole lot. Are there any specific topics or specific topics we can ask the people who know the library better than us to kind of look into, and we can check in with them later?
I'm kind of curious to know more about Mordenkainen, if Damascus could find any info on that. I mean, maybe even his hideout, it's the Alabaster Tower, Kyle. That's like what he was known for. Maybe even if there's any knowledge about that could be advantageous if that's where we're going to go. What do you guys think? Anything else?
Yeah. Where the tower was, even like with, if we're going to go the route with the Kraken and stuff too, maybe a little bit more on, if we haven't done that already.
No, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
You did do some investigation on the Kraken the last time you were here. If I'm not mistaken, you got kind of an anatomy book and learned a little bit about Krakens, which we haven't really gone over. But
Evan was using it to try to sneak up on Uth to try to pick his pocket.
Yeah, but you still ended up having that information at the ready. We just didn't end up, exploring any specifics of it, and there's not a whole lot of information, but it gives you a little bit of an idea of what to expect from the Kraken.
We could,
in terms of knowing, the journey and the adventure of going to get the Kraken and the items. If I'm not mistaken, you, in part of your commune, asked Bahamut for the best path to how can we acquire the best path or something to that effect, and he basically intoned what you had heard previously from the Grey Lady to go speak with a former adventurer who has a place just north of Verdansia, who had traveled there before and is the one who had wrote the story and song, the kind of sea shanty that went along with the tale.
Do we get that guy's name?
Yes. I don't have it off the top of my head.
Got it. While you do some digging, and I mean, this is something we could ask that person, but this could be a smash and grab job. I'm sure it won't be that easy, but we don't necessarily have to defeat the Kraken. We want the treasures they guard.
Yeah.
And with some abilities like teleport or something, or even plane shift, I don't know, fighting this ancient Leviathan monster to death isn't something I desire as much as if we could just try and sneak in, steal, get out. I mean, if Gambino seemed interested in trying to take down a Kraken, and so if he was the one drawing it away or something and we tried to go in, that could just be a play for us. Unless it's wearing this on the top of a tentacle. You think we're gonna have to take it out?
No, I said I don't want to take it out, but I mean, it could also just be in its stomach. We don't know. Second part, we need our Kraken is just going to die if we try to attack it from above, so we need to find a way for us to all not die underwater.
Well, no, I thought we would just let Hondo do most of it. He's the one who can breathe underwater.
Yeah, but I mean, if I was a giant sea monster and things started hitting me from a boat, I would probably just smash their boat. And then secondarily dive real deep so nothing could fuck with me anymore. I just think we need to be prepared in that case. I know we have a couple potions that'll help with that. I don't know how long those last. Does anyone know how long a potion of water breathing lasts?
can check.
I don't know. It's either an hour or 8 hours.
I know the
it's not
spell
like
is
10
8
minutes.
hours, but for some reason I thought the potion was less than that.
1 hour potion of water breathing.
That might not be enough. We don't know enough of where it is. But that's something we're going to have to figure out. Or
We have the
Leah out
Wayfinder
of game-
sphere,
Leah
though.
out of game knows that there's a scroll.
Okay.
Or not a scroll. No, that there's a spell, like Kyle said, that like is an 8-hour thing. So if we can find a scroll of that spell, I think it's high level. I can't remember.
It's only 3.
It's only 3. Okay.
It grants
was the other
10
thing?
willing creatures the ability to breathe underwater
Oh,
for
great.
24 hours.
24 hours, not even 8
We
hours.
could ask Jinx and Rabbit about that scroll of water breathing.
That's a good idea. We have to go back there anyway.
What was the other thing?
You could also talk to your wizardly friends.
True.
Yeah.
True. Ask
The-
the wizards.
The adventurer and writer is Oberon Abbotsford.
Abbotsford. Shouts to our fans in Abbotsford watching at home. We appreciate your support. If you want your hometown on stream, just be part of our Patreon.
Such a Canadian. It's a big thing that no one else is going to know.
There's a great Tim Hortons reference in the last one. That will be bleeped because we need sponsorship. Yeah, getting knowledge about Alabaster Tower, getting knowledge about maybe there's anything about how Krakens hoard treasure or anything like that. If it's like similar to a dragon or like where they make their layers or their, I don't know, the breeding habits of Krakens, something like that.
That actually would have been in the book that you received.
The anatomy one?
Yeah, the Kraken, traditionally known as the Kraken because there's not typically more than one. It is a titan, like a literal titan, one of the first creations, and not even created necessarily by the gods, but a titanic
Primordial
force. Exactly. And traditionally, only one. There's no confirmed cases of more than one, and there wouldn't be.
Someone would die if they witnessed more than one.
Yeah.
There'd be no survivors.
The most information that you gather about a Kraken is that obviously it does hoard wealth in similar to a dragon, though it doesn't actively seek. If something comes within its territory, and the problem with the Kraken is its territory is massive. It can cover hundreds of leagues of ocean as like what it would consider its territory, and then kind of does pull back into a central, not necessarily lair, but a central area in which it has taken residence and keeps its hoard. But also that could be spread over miles as well. Krakens do not think in terms of singular. They are like eternal, monstrous beings who consider the ocean, the entire ocean, as theirs.
Jesus.
I just want to ask Valentine something. Val, do you think we should bring Uthgadar with us on this journey?
You want to ask Uth if he should come with?
I think you should ask.
You okay? Just for the Kraken in general, or like just to be a
Kraken.
new member
Just-
of the
I
Wildcards?
think
Okay,
he might be
sure.
useful for the Kraken.
In what way useful? Though? Like, do you mean as bait?
No, I didn't say that. I mean,
That seemed like your implication.
no.
That's what I was-
I think as a fighter, as a leader,
Mm.
we could use that against
I'll go-
probably one of the most ferocious creatures we will ever encounter.
Yeah, I'll go before we leave. I'll make sure I ask him, and I'll make sure it comes from me because he's got that shield, and that's that's one of the relics. So
Yeah, exactly.
okay, good idea. Yeah, I'll ask him. Then yeah, after catching up with Damascus and them, I would feel good to leave if maybe we left them with, could you research more about the Alabaster Tower and we could come back?
If you posit the question of Alabaster Tower and Mordenkainen to Damascus or Uth, but we'll say Damascus, who is the first to kind of greet you. when you return here, and who has more or less taken up residence in the library. Like since he's been like a full week, the dude has barely left the library.
There's like a chair in the corner with a sleeping bag.
He's not even using the chair. You can just see there's a bedroll on the ground beside a stack of books, like a little like shack of books. He tells you, I've looked in this entire library, and I'm certain there's still more to seek. But I'm getting the distinct note that Mordenkainen did not like to write about himself, and certainly not going to give any information or clues as to his whereabouts, unfortunately. There's some information of the Circle of Eight, and in that reference to the Alabaster Tower, and something of note, which I have discovered, whether I'm not confident whether you knew this previously, the tower was capable of moving across the world. It was a floating tower, a flying tower. So it didn't have a central base, a central location. The last information we knew of it was its purpose, its final end, as far as we know, at the Battle of Dragon's Rend some 400 years ago.
You'd think maybe. I mean, my dad had a secret demi-plane to himself. You'd think Mordenkainen would be capable of something similar if he wanted to shift his tower there, or who knows, maybe even inside the tower it's on a different plane.
Certainly possible. I admit, I'm sure, I know Mordenkainen to be one of the greatest minds of our entire age. I'm certain there's something more than his tower just having been destroyed and his circle lost, but perhaps in a battle against the Dragon Queen and a cacophony of other monstrous beasts, perhaps he went down swinging, so to speak. It wasn't time.
I'm worried we're going to show up to his tower, go for his staff, and he's going to be just sitting at the kitchen table like, no, this is my staff. I'm not going to give it to you guys.
I suppose, in truth, that could happen. In which case, I would recommend diplomacy. Perhaps convince him to join your purpose.
Watch as Hondo shake his head at the word diplomacy.
Diplomacy? I don't fucking do diplomacy.
Caution, in the greatest sense of the word. I understand you are concerned of facing a Kraken. I put Mordenkainen in equal league.
Oh, great.
I do not. Hondo? Do not fight Mordenkainen if the chance ever presents itself.
Okay. So like 60% of the time we won't fight him.
I'll take that, honestly.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
If in truth, I don't believe Mordenkainen to still live. If there was a chance he or any of the circle were able to pull themselves free of the Battle of Dragon's Rend, I do not believe they would sit idly by for 400 plus years.
That's fair.
If perhaps acting in the shadows, so to speak, but I feel people of your weight would have felt his influence if it were such a thing. But you never know. Things have surprised us all.
You yourself were
Living proof.
Yeah, off the board for a bit before you came back. Surprise ever. You want to come back with us, by the way, to Arendelle? We're going to go back for Deepwinter's Day, or you feel good here?
Unless you require my services in some way, and even still, I'd say no. I would much prefer to stay here. I have no family to speak of to return to, and while I appreciate the chance and the offer, this is a... I don't ever want to leave.
Okay, just wanted to make sure we weren't stranding you here. Great.
No, not at all.
Before we go, at some point, I'm just going to make sure I give the Sylvanas journal to Oof.
Okay.
Just because it makes sense to belong in the library, and we've read what we can, I think. I'm pretty sure you said we got through it.
Oh yeah, you definitely did. When you return it to, or when you hand it to Uth, and explain what it is and where it came from, he's quiet and just quietly says thank you, and doesn't say much more, but goes to sit somewhere comfortable to begin reading and flipping through it.
I slide up just as he's about to sit down.
He sits down in a pretty comfy chair and is about to open the journal, which you recognize but he turns as soon as you do.
I think we're about to head out, but Hondo secretly wanted me to ask you if you would help us in a fight against a Kraken.
Pardon?
Hondo wanted me to secretly ask you if you would help us engage in battle with a primordial, one-of-a-kind being, the Leviathan, the Kraken itself.
I apologize, and please deliver this apology onto Master Blue, but my purpose is to remain here, and should I leave, I know not what will happen to me, in truth. I think the only time I foresee myself leaving this hall, and leaving it to whatever fated end, perhaps I will join you in your final battle.
Maybe to put you at ease, you're not bait, is what he assured me.
No offense. I don't believe that.
I don't either.
You understand my apprehension.
Yeah, totally. Okay, great. Good talk.
Were you successful in your adventure?
Our most recent one? Yes. Though it came at a cost, but perhaps with redemption too. I'll look over at pure white gourd, just smoking a pipe in front of me.
There's definitely a knowing kind of nod. Says, I know not to ask further, but I'm glad you have returned. And I'm glad you believe to put yourself one step forward towards whatever this fated end is.
Reasons prevent us from speaking further about it, but should we all still be alive in a year, a story like that would belong in a place like the Platinum Sanctuary, so we'll just have to see.
You will suit these halls very well.
Okay.
And
I think we're good. Oh, please.
I wish you best and safe travels.
Appreciate that. Hey, I noticed Ted's looking pretty swole lately. Hey, you been training him at all in the where you fought Hondo in that cool ring at all?
He and Keith have been playing around down there. Damascus had kind of taken to keeping watch over them. I take care of meals, of course.
Great. Yeah, no problem. It's Damascus's fault. Okay.
I walk in carrying Teddy, that video of the woman carrying the husky down the street where his legs are on either side and he's up over his shoulder. Are we going?
Yeah.
You would be straining a little harder than that, but yeah.
Yeah, that would be the intention. Yeah, of course, because he's a chunky boy.
You're strong.
He's big, but yeah, you're strong. You'll be all right.
How tall is he for the fan art? How tall is our boy?
At this point, he's
like
still,
a goofy?
Yeah, like a big Bernese.
Oh, great. Perfect size for him. I'll go over him, give him another nuzzle. Ruffle his little head. All right, well, we're out of here. I still think you should stay here. Damascus has things to teach you. But limit yourself on those sweets. I know Damascus has a sweet tooth.
He doesn't respond.
All right.
Before we leave, I absolutely slip him something he probably shouldn't be eating. Some form of like fruit. Something that's probably way too sugary.
He devours whatever.
23 passive perception, so
You see.
nothing gets by me. I ignore it. You guys ready? I'll like start getting ready to cast teleport.
Yeah, let's go.
You guys want to go outside the manor, outside the deck, the hall, the royal?
Well, it depends
flush?
on what time it is. Are we going to try to get to Rabbit and Jinx today?
Yeah, we could.
You guys have none of your gifts awaiting, but you had Hondo has his ring of whatever tongues and such. The smuggler's coat Hondo had also had. You still owe 2,100 gold on that. Alana has a fully paid up +1 breastplate coming. Mary has a pair of sending stones and some black powder, to which she still owes 1,250 gold. And Lavender was seeking information on whatever place she believed to have kind of had a vision of. Price to be determined.
Is Utkadar still in the room, or is he left?
No, he's still sitting there in the library reading the journal.
I'm just gonna go up next to him, just in his ear, be like, Mr. Utkadar, you wouldn't happen to have something worth 2,100 gold that I can come up on? I'll give it back. I just, you seem like a very wealthy grand guy.
I apologize, Hondo. I have no coin. I have never left the sanctuary in hundreds of years. I have no earthly monetary value. I apologize. I would assume in your travels and adventures, as you would have acquired a good sum of money.
We do, Hondo. We have a lot of money.
It comes and goes. It comes and goes.
I apologize. I know very little of the quantity or quality of gold of the day.
Just thought I'd ask.
Just slides of copper.
Is this the money that you owe the Grey Lady? Like, are you just Ponzi scheming this around now?
Oh God, did you borrow money from the Grey Lady? What's happening?
Yeah.
Oh no, we have 7,490 GP in gems. Just fucking loose gems from when Mary destroyed that dragon, saving your life. So we got you. We got you.
I think also, yes, I did borrow from the Grey Lady, so I think that's...
I think you got $2,000 from the Grey Lady.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So that probably will cover this.
Yeah. It should be, if it's in your character sheet, you should have a gold section under your inventory. You should be able to see how much money you have.
It says currency under inventory, and then I keep a note of party funds and then the date.
Yeah,
Lee and I were going through party funds yesterday, so
I got a good
we have
amount.
lot. Okay, we have a lot too if you need help. Oh man.
Sorry. So as you guys all kind of gather once more, where is your destination for teleport? What's the plan?
I was thinking to play it safe to teleport outside of our manor, like literally on like the front steps of our manor.
Sure, to the keep.
To the keep. And yeah, if you guys are good, then I can start casting teleport.
So is anything else? I think, there's not too many of you for teleport. I think you're fine. How many people is teleport?
8 of us, I think. 10-foot range, 8 of us.
Yeah, you technically have 1 too many, I think. But Lavender can quickly dismiss Auric, and I think you're good.
Oh, great.
Because familiars can be dismissed like that.
Forget about Auric.
Auric's great.
Everyone forgets about poor little Auric.
I know. Even her. Up to 8 creatures, 10 feet, 1 action, instantaneous. Cool.
So what's the conditions with teleport for destination?
So
get something from there, because that's the easiest way to do it.
Very familiar. It's 25 to 100 on target.
So, but you still have to roll.
Yes, yeah. If we had a permanent circle, it's like pretty much done. If we have an associated object, it's pretty much done.
Yeah.
But I don't think we have an object from there.
Technically, no. You have technically nothing there, but you are very familiar, obviously. Yeah. So I think only on a 1 to 5 does something bad happen. So go ahead and roll percentile die for me.
You got it.
With a 5% chance of fucking this up.
Maybe a 4.
D100, baby. Let's go. we're okay. 72.
72 puts you dead on target. As you all gather together once more, you feel the now very familiar feeling of teleporting and traveling across vast distances. As you guys have kind of, in reflecting over like the not even quite a year of time that you've been together, the amount of power you've gained and ability. This used to take you guys way fucking longer. This is now a great boon, and immediately all of you teleport from the warmth interior of the Platinum Sanctuary and land with a heavy kind of crunch into about maybe 6 inches of snow out front of the keep. Is it officially called the deck? Is that what we're calling it?
I'm worried that the kids will call it the dick.
Yeah.
If we call it the deck.
Them
So-
kids.
You could easily just change that on any branding we
Doesn't
have.
take
to the
no
dick.
work.
He's so easy.
You know Lavender's going to do it, let alone...
Lav, Hondo, instantly they do it. So, TBD. The
Nonetheless,
keep for now. Yeah.
as you arrive at the keep, standing mere feet in front of... It's a relatively large keep. You can see from the several windows in the main and upper floor candlelight and firelight from within. You can see there's like frost gathering at the edges of the windows, but in each of them you can see these kind of blue and gold and white wreaths have been kind of hung in the windows. As you enter into your keep, it smells like cinnamon, and it's warm. You can hear and smell the crackle of a fire burning in the hearth. And
I put my hand on Aetherius and I look at Mary.
Yeah.
Did we leave the lights on? Who the fuck is in our house?
You can see that it's been decorated in the blues, whites, and golds of what is a traditional Arendelle Deepwinter's Day. And you can hear just the faint kind of sounds of footsteps shuffling down from the upper floor.
Hello? Take Aetherius out like 2 inches.
You draw Aetherius ever so slightly, and as all of you kind of slowly and cautiously make your way into your keep, you see a average height, older looking gentleman, kind of slick back, like silver hair, this goatee of silver as well, wearing a almost like a traditional like suit with like long tails. He rushes down and with like kind of bright blue eyes, and a warm smile, steps forward to you and says, welcome home, Wildcards. It's a pleasure to introduce myself as Ralston Vance. I will be at your service.
Ralston, did you do all this?
Oh, myself and Lady Cheshire and your cook, Ivan Ducard. We and your generous benefactors have taken the liberties of making your home a little bit more festive.
What was the other name, Kyle? I missed the second one.
Lady Cheshire, Ivan
Ducard.
And this guy's Ralston. What's his last name?
Ralston Vance.
Oh, Ralston. God. Hear your name once, instantly get it wrong. Ralston. Ralston, wow, thank you so much. Who's benefactoring this?
Master Alexander Malaris. Pardon me. And he kind of slips off into an adjacent room, your kitchen, where you can kind of all enter in slowly, and you can see the kitchen is like full of food. You can see like there are pies sitting on top of the island in the middle of the room. You can see there's like a pot that is boiling with something above the hearth. You do not see sight of this Ivan Ducard, your cook, but you see Ralston quickly gather a sealed envelope and looks past all of you to Mary and hands it to Mary.
Yeah, I'll take it. There was a very
Snatches
suspicious, very suspicious look and staring this dude down for a while. But I'll open it.
I know you have passive insight, but make an insight check anyways.
Sure. First roll of the night. Let me take out my.
How is Hondo reacting to a man in this home? Are you pretty nonplussed, or?
I'm sizing him out, and I'm thinking like, okay, if I can pickpocket this guy,
Pickpocket your own butler.
The Ponzi scheme continues. We pay him, Hondo steals from him.
24.
Okay.
Nice.
Instantly, obviously, hackles are up. There's some strange man in your home. In the time he's interacting with Valentine and kind of Jen and like looking across you, there's just something super familiar about him that it kind of keeps you on edge, and you have yet to kind of pinpoint it. As he hands you this note, as he comes back around and he hands this note, it's just like a regular letter, and you can see a green wax seal that bears an Evenfall seal, not Alexander's seal, an Evenfall specific seal. One that you've obviously seen in passing it in your activity with Evenfall Council. And as he kind of nods and gives a very slight bow, you catch just under the collar, and he kind of even reveals it ever so slightly with the bow. He kind of pulls down on his jacket and shirt and reveals just like under the neck and collarbone a tattoo, the edge of a tattoo anyways, that you know is kind of a signifier of allies within the Evenfall Council. Former allies anyways. Alleviating your immediate suspicions, you open this note, to which in Thieves' Cant, so this kind of like backwards talking, words that don't really fit properly, but you, and Hondo technically, but you holding it, are able to kind of decipher the true meaning in a script that looks like Alexander's writing, you've seen before. It says, never good to leave a place such as this empty for so long. I figured you could use a couple extra pairs of experienced hands to take care of the place, and should you need anything, they know exactly where to find it. Welcome home. P.S. I'm staying in the old manor in Upper Arendelle overlooking the King's Bay, if you're interested.
Look at that.
Why are you blushing?
It's just warm. It was cold outside. It's cold as fuck outside, and we were in the very hot. They're cool. They're cool.
All right.
They're cool. What we should get just stammers and exits.
Lavender
the room
moves
and just
forward.
Starts like putting shit away, like taking stuff off.
Lavender goes up to Rolston. Did you go in my room?
I did, in fact. Actually, I tidied everything up. It's been some time since you've stayed here.
Did you look under the bed?
Briefly for
Those are
dusting purposes.
Those are private drawings.
I guarantee I did not peruse.
I guarantee good.
Actually,
Backs away and snaps Oric back around her shoulders.
I mean, it's not you, but it's Lavender, but he does not react at all. Like, he is like stone cold.
Rolston, thank you so much. Is this soup ready? We are kind of hungry. Or what is Ivan's done cooking?
I believe he is headed into the city to get some final preparations for dinner, and of course he will now need to prepare a significant feast for you as you have finally officially returned. We're not exactly certain as to when you would make your way home, but of course I can seat you in the dining area, and I will deliver your lunch if you should wish.
Yeah, I'm so discombobulated. I didn't even realize it's lunch. Do you guys want to? Thank you. That's very kind. Do you guys want to get lunch in town as we check in with Jinx and Rabbit? Maybe pick up our stuff. Like, do you guys want to do Deepwinter's Day stuff tonight after dinner?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and then we have time we can get ready after and actually put on like maybe fancy clothes and stuff like that. Make it an actual event.
I love this idea. Rolston, would you be okay with that? Do you sleep on the premises? When do you clock in, clock out?
There is a quarters out back that has been retrofitted for the three of us. We're more than welcome, more than happy, to do as you wish. if you wish anything to be prepared or to be picked up in town, we absolutely can run out and do that.
Maybe just a traditional Arendelle Deepwinter's a day dinner.
Of course.
Mary, I'm sure you had many of those in Arendelle, extravagant dinners, celebrating Secret Bard.
Pardon, Master Valentine. There are some gifts already arrived. Pardon my latency. They're in the great room, if you wish to peruse.
Lavender rushes out of the room to go check on them.
Lav immediately rushes into the great room where there has been a massive tree decorated in blues and golds and white, and it kind of just like sparkles and twinkles with this clearly like magical kind of like addition to it. Beneath and kind of off to the side, immediately there's a massive square, like wrapped in brown paper, this massive square, like 6 feet by 6 feet. It's huge. There is a large crate in front of it. There's a similar crate under the tree. And I think that's it. Yes. 2 crates and a big ass 6 by 6 brown paper wrapped.
Lavender goes up to each, presses her ear against them. It's like a little like trying to.
Both crates, as she does, give this faint kind of tinkling of glass. And the large 6 by 6 makes no sound.
Val will come in too. Hey, get away from there! Don't spoil it. I wasn't spoiling anything. She'll go to the tree and start trying to like prestidigitation little like pink hues to it.
It's like that kid who like wants to peel up the wrapping paper really gently just so that
she is eyeing it. She's eyeing it. Yeah.
How does this all work, by the way?
To Ralston?
No, to Val.
Oh, to see. Oh, so great. After dinner, we'll all sit in this nice room or wherever we want. We can sit in a circle. I'm sure like maybe Gordon wants to stand, but anyways, we gather and then we present the gifts to one another. On the tag, it would say like, this is to Brawley from your Secret Bard. And then Brawley would open it, and then the Secret Bard would say, hey, that was me, and I got it for you because of blank. And we can just go around the room, everyone gets a gift, and it's just the best.
So you do this every year?
Yes, you guys know the folktale, like the orphans, and they didn't have any like parents to give them gifts, so the Secret Bard would always come at night and give them what?
As an orphan, that never happened to me.
Oh, guys, no one here has celebrated Secret Bard?
No.
I'm pretty sure we've covered this like at least 6 times.
It still shocks me to my core that no one has had the joyous occasion of Secret Bard. So this is going to be a great night. We're going to make up for a lot of lost celebrations. Ralston, we would love if you, Lady Cheshire. Fuck, that's going to be hard for me. Cheshire and Ivan would have dinner with us tonight so we could get to know you guys more.
Oh, of course, if that's what you wish.
Yeah.
Then it will be done. I am going to step out and ensure that Ivan acquires the appropriate things for your meal tonight. Is there any other preparations you wish for today?
I think that's it.
Absolutely.
Maybe just some nog egg while you're out.
I'll do my best.
Great.
He begins to dismiss himself and make his way out of the.
Guys, we have help. We have help for the first time ever. I hope Hondo's paying them. Actually, I hope he's not paying them, or else they would leave immediately.
Oh, I really hope they're not expensive.
This is good. We deserve this. It's about time we got some payback.
Yeah, you're right. This free house we got.
Yeah, free keep.
Well, if you guys want to freshen up here, and then we could go into town and see Jinx and Rabbit, see if they got what we were looking for. do you guys have enough money? Like, I can go into party funds here, like reach in the bag of holding. Do you guys have enough cash to pay for your stuff?
Yep.
Hondo, you're flush with cash?
Oh yeah.
Insert GIF of Parks and Rec here.
Yeah, so a reminder, 1250 owed by Mary, 2100 owed by Hondo. Price to be determined for Lavender, though it's it's not going to be anything. It's information. It's not magic items. Allie and Gord is already paid and owns his ring. Allie's already paid up, so you're just picking up. But Allie and Hondo expressed interest in getting magical tattoos on the day.
Yes. Yeah.
That would be today if that is something you guys still are interested in. Obviously, it can be gone over again with Rabbit and Jinx, but there are two that are rather expensive. They are basically like give you resistance to a type of damage, and as a reaction, you can gain immunity against it for like the initial like strike, so to speak. But they cost 6,500 gold apiece. They're rather pricey, and it'll take several hours to do. But it is a permanent tattoo. But it's a very expensive process. There is a Masquerade Tattoo, which is 1,200 gold and gives you a disguise self once a day. And there are three other that are basically spell tattoos. That was one detect evil and good once per day, one that was darkness once per day, and one that was the spell blink once per day.
How much were those?
Weren't they attuned too? Are all of them attuned, or some of them are?
The spell, let me double check. The spell ones doesn't say attuned for the spell. I think the absorbing ones, yeah. So the resistance ones are an attuned thing, but the spell ones are just like a spell.
How much was the spell ones, like darkness and blink?
Darkness and blink. Darkness was 500 gold. Blink was 1750.
Well, that tracks.
Detect evil and good is only 250, but that's because it's only first level spell.
Guys, maybe we should get real tattoos. We could talk about it there. I'll get a wildcard tattoo.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I feel like we're good to go there. I'd probably go in to my room, move some stuff, make sure it's good, take the wear and tear of the astral sea off my body, and then head on out.
Anyone who does go to their respective rooms notices that it has been thoroughly cleaned, but nothing seems amiss on a quick glance, and most of you are very perceptive and would notice if something was tampered with. It seems like just clean, which is nice. You're able to leave anything you wish to leave here. This is your home, so
I'll get the dire polar bear coat back from Lav and hang it up in my room. Yeah.
Well, you may want to wear it because it is rather chilly outside.
Oh, sure, fine. You can have this fucking coat back. Give it back to her.
Raleigh's gonna take out her dress and lay it on the bed and was like, I'm so excited for tonight, I'm ready, and like she's gonna have it there.
Lav stands in front of a mirror just changing clothes with disguise self. Like just like
Roll a wild magic search.
I was thinking her changeling ability, but let's do it. 6.
You're fine.
12. 10.
Just for
The
fun.
3 times she did it. Cool. Let's head to the market and pick up. Hondo, you got that cash? Are you getting a displacer coat? Cloak
Nope.
of displacement?
He was getting a smuggler's coat.
Oh, that was it. Cool.
There is a displacer beast, or a cloak of displacement that is still presumably available, but it was $5,000.
Oh yeah, it's so cool though.
Super cool, but expensive. The
Crazy.
smuggler's coat for Hondo is essentially like a kind of like a bag of holding in a leather jacket.
It's so cool.
All the pockets can be like way deeper. You can store way more shit in them. It's kind of cool. So as you guys make the trek across the city, you can see, though it is like a week past Deepwinter's Day proper, you can still see decorations are up in along the city streets, especially in Upper Arendelle. Everything is like faintly like constant like twinkling, like these faint little twinkle lights are all about the city. Everything looks far more magical and light and airy. There is a good amount of snow dusting all of these kind of like upscale like manor homes and shops and things, and people are out and about in like carriages with horse-drawn carriages kind of pulling through the city streets. It is picturesque and is very nice. As you make your way across the King's Bridge into Lower Arendelle, a little less nice, but a definitely still jovial atmosphere, still kind of lingering after this like post Deepwinter's Day like high. You can still see like the market square has this massive like obvious remains of like a large bonfire that would have happened in the middle of the market square, and there's still like decorations and things, though just not quite as nice, not quite as twinkly. But easy enough, you make your way through the Grand Bazaar and down into secret, cool, dungeony black market, where you find Rabbit and Jinx still almost in the exact position you saw them last, feet up on a box in front of a small like garbage can fire. Jinx kind of standing ominously, kind of in the back, arms crossed, tabaxi, looking real spooky. But they greet you with a smile and say, "Boy, you really do care about prompt pickup, eh? Right on time."
We're nothing but prompt.
Possibly punctual.
Punctual. Fuck.
Present the last bit of your gold, and I'll happily present that which is owed. Jinx, for the lady. And Jinx pulls out this breastplate that glimmers with like almost like an oil slick, like in the heat, where you can see it kind of like refracting clearly magical aura. Allie, you can add a +1 breastplate to your character sheet. So in D&D Beyond, you can just search breastplate, and there should be a +1 option.
Okay.
Dope. She
Val
can still
didn't
rage
have-
with that, right?
I believe there's no restriction to raging with armor on, as far as I know. But it's like one of the barbarian things is like you have the balance of like you can automatically get unarmored defense with high dex and con, but magic armor also boosts that up too. So
There was something about heavy armor that Allie looked up last time. It was only
yeah, heavy armor
raging.
does have some kind of restriction.
Cool.
Yeah, while raging, if you aren't wearing heavy armor, but this is medium, so you're good.
Dope.
So I need cash from Hondo and Mary.
I look so curiously at Hondo.
How much cash?
Well, if you still owe 2,100 gold pieces, our friend.
I nod at him just to make sure he realizes he's not being swindled.
All right, and I point to Valentine. He's like, he'll give you half of it.
No, not true.
Well, okay. Not
And,
liking this standoffish nature about the payment side of this deal.
Do you need cash? What's going on, bud?
I was under the understanding that the collective funds were available for this shopping expedition.
We could certainly help out, but under the expectation that you need it. If I was to find out you were holding back personal gold and dipping into party funds.
I have gold, yes, of course, I have plenty of gold, but you don't spend it all in one go, right? You keep some in reserve.
Yes, which is what we have for party funds. So
Yes.
Is Hondo
Socialist
secretly
economy.
broke? I'm gonna insight check him.
I am looking to Mary like, what the fuck is going on? And I'll look back at
Insight.
Jinx and Rabbit. I'm sorry about this. We should have had this conversation on the road.
Mary, do you
just one
pay the boys?
Yeah, I take out my whole entire bag and take all but a single gold and 6 silver out and give them the rest.
You got it?
Because it's like literally all my money.
Hondo, she has 7 silver to her name.
Okay, I'll pay.
No, but how much do you need? Well, we can help. Like, but how
No,
much do you need?
okay, so just to double check, silver like to gold, what is it, 2 silver to 1 gold? 10 silver?
Silver to gold, 10 silver is one gold.
Okay.
So you've got 75 gold and silver, I think.
Okay, so I'll use all my silver, 75. And then
Fucking
the
paying with
rest I will
pennies.
pay in gold.
In that case, where are we?
I have some electrum. I've got
That's my
some
point.
copper.
So you owe 2,025 in gold.
It says 2,975 on mine.
Well, that's what you owe.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And you're easily able to pay off your debt, says Mary. Yeah, you did note that Hondo had enough, but it does leave him with significantly less money than he had before, and not like still a ton of cash. He's not exactly rolling in it anymore, but still okay comparatively. Not
so
bad.
confused.
As you hand over the cash, both of you, Jinx comes around and hands the smuggler's coat, this leather jacket that's kind of into a ball, and atop it there's this little box, like this little jewelry box that they present to you. And Rabbit kind of goes, so your ring there was a peculiar kind of get. Couldn't actually find something that did what you wanted, but had something commissioned by a friend of ours. So as far as what you asked for, I think it'll do the trick. It's called a Ring of Linguistics.
Ooh.
I'll drop it there. The ring has 4 charges, and it regains 4 charges at dawn. You can spend 2 of those charges to cast the spell Tongues, 1 charge to cast the spell Comprehend Languages, and 1 spell to cast the spell Speak with Animals. So you can do 4 Comprehend Languages, 4 Speak with Animals, or 2 Tongues, or any combination of those as you wish. So
I like it.
I just copied it into the chat. Did I copy the right one? Yes, I did.
So
And-
I just add this now to my inventory.
Yep, you can add that to your inventory. And same with the smuggler's coat. You can add those. Mary, you can add the sending stones. And very cautiously and carefully, Rabbit pulls out a small, medium to small keg, not quite a full barrel, kind of like about, I don't know how big that is, like 2 feet by 1 and a bit, of black powder that they very cautiously kind of set over on top of like a barrel very far from the fire.
It's like a mini keg.
Yeah.
Like meals. Yeah.
I-
That's gonna go. I might have to put that in my basement.
You're
I don't know
close
if
to
I
your
want to bring
house.
that into the keep. Yeah.
Appreciate that.
You can add the sending stones anyways.
Thank you.
Individually, I'll go up to each Hondo and Mary, and give them 500 gold in little pouches, and be like, remember, you can always come to the bank. The bank's got you. Party funds always got you, but you gotta have a good reason. So we now have 6,490 gold.
Still a ton.
Still a shitload.
You're still in the 1%.
Actually, and that's
there
just
and
in gems. That's just in gems. So, I mean, it doesn't really matter, but that's gems I gave you from the Dragon Horde.
Do you have a different pile for straight coin?
Yeah, I have party gold at 1,338 from May 9th, 2021. And then the gems are from, I just updated, but they were from February when we first fought that dragon.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember the gem horde.
And we still have diamonds after 1 res. So actually, question for you, from Gord's res, did we need to spend anything? Okay.
That was
Then,
Nevier.
yeah, we still have
Nevier
diamonds.
had a natural, like, no material component necessary.
And that was similar with the Deva, the one who brought me back.
That was his thing. So yeah.
Okay, great. So then, yeah, we're good. We still have our diamonds.
Yeah,
we're all good.
no diamond cost for any reses recently. Unless you're the one doing it, you should
Okay.
be fine. Or unless I ask you to provide it.
If that's each of you, Mary, Brawley, Hondo, Jinx, and Lav. Lav
So,
will make
I'm
so
gonna-
deliciously.
I'll wait till Lavender's back, and we'll just
Sure.
do a little cut back in when she's
Mm-hmm.
here, because I want to ask her questions, like what she wants to know. So we'll just say it happens, and you guys will just have to go along with it.
Oh,
Do
interesting.
you have an ETA on Amanda? Or
She's on her way back now, and she wants us to wait on her gift, but we can do the rest of the gifts. She'll be back in time to give her gift.
Okay.
Jinx
would
and
it be worth
Rabbit,
it to
though.
take our break earlier or no?
Maybe.
I think we could wait.
I think I wanted to check something.
Mhm.
Because it says in my equipment I have a ring of comprehend languages.
Yeah, that was one of your first purchases was comprehend. So you don't really need that anymore.
I was gonna say, yeah, I was like, did I not suggest selling that back to them?
For some reason, I thought that was part of it. Was like a trade.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, I got it started with this. Can you add other things to it? And they took it. From what I remember,
I don't
could
have
be
that
wrong.
written here. I literally just have 2,100 paid, 2,100 on delivery. So you must have either paid in cash because I don't have written that you dropped the ring. You
You could trade it for some coin though,
That's
or you
fine.
could try.
Yeah.
And because I need one more thing, it says that Ring of Linguistics I need to be attuned to, right?
Yeah.
And Jermichael's still alive, right? Or is he gone?
No, it's a familiar. He comes back. If he dies, he comes back anytime you cast the spell. It's just a once a day find familiar spell.
So I'm not going to get rid of the animal glove.
Yeah,
Well,
you
it's
can
just like-
unattune and keep it. You don't have you
Yeah.
can just hold on to it and then attune.
Yeah. All right. So I'll go up to them and be like, this is a ring that I will forever be grateful to you for. But I have this like version 1, this ring that's like version 1 of this. Would you be interested in buying it?
You looking for straight coin, or are you looking for trade? We still have some items here that might be of interest to you.
I would say depending on the items, because I would like at least 50% cash and then maybe an item, if that's something we could swing, depending on the item, of course.
Well, we'll certainly see.
Tattoo, maybe, yes.
Yeah, you can put that down to for part of your payment for a tattoo if you're interested in those. I remember that being left to discussion for you and your dwarven friend there. You'd been interested in that. Jinx is more than happy to provide his services for that. In terms of straight items we still have to offer, we've got this very impressive cloak. It's a cloak of displacement. I don't know if you've ever faced a displacer beast in the wilds, but if something they have this ability that is a natural ability of them, that if you look at it and you go to strike it, it almost splits, and it's like an illusion where you're not sure which one's which. And out of character, if you have that cloak of displacement, all attacks against you have disadvantage until they hit, and then the illusion stops until you're top of your next turn, and then it's like all attacks against you have disadvantage until one hits.
Is that attuned as well?
Let me double check. It should be. Like, it's very powerful. I would imagine it is. It is attuned.
That may be a bit tricky because my other attunements are things that I literally need to survive with.
Oh, it's just an offer. We also have these pretty fancy gloves. I'm not sure if you've ever fought with any monk types, but they got real quick hands. If you try and throw something at them or shoot an arrow at them, they can catch them straight out of midair. And we got these gloves that can kind of replicate that same effect.
So cool as fuck.
Would these gloves work? Could I use them to work like an Eagle's Lord glove, or do I need?
You're looking to combine effects, so you got to talk to the college, I think. That's not something we do here.
Okay.
What do you all have attuned right now? Just out of curiosity. You have a lot of attuned items.
I have Whisper,
3.
the Gambler's Blade, and the Eagle Lord's glove. So I'm just I can de-attune from the Eagle Lord's glove.
Yeah, for sure. The gloves of missile snaring and the cloak of displacement are both attuned. The tattoos, the only tattoos that are attuned are the absorbing tattoo. The other spell ones are not attuned. They have some other stuff here, but I don't think you're going to care about it, honestly.
Out of curiosity, how much would you be offering for this ring in straight gold?
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. This is a very valuable ring. So 11.
That's your persuasion.
And my persuasion, I think, is 13.
So 24?
Yeah.
He takes it from you, looks it over, and says, well, I mean, it's kind of similar to the one that we created for you there, but like you say, kind of a version 1. A little simpler, but still a perpetual enchantment. And from what I understand here, you can do it a couple of times. I put it down at, I give you 1,500 gold for it.
Okay.
It's a good little trick.
How about this? 1,200 gold and one of your tattoos that are non-attunement.
But let's see. We can give you a pretty simple detection attunement, simple detection tattoo, something that can aid in detecting good and evil around you.
I like that. I think that would work.
If that's it, we have a deal.
Very good, very good.
Shakes your hand, says you have a deal. He says, you're looking to do that now. It'll take a couple of hours. Hang on. Rabbit, or Jinx, what do you think? Puts up a finger and says, take you about an hour. Get you done.
Can I do it anywhere, or does it have to be in a certain spot?
It's got to be, the size is like, let me pull it up. It is a first level spell, so it's not huge. It would be one hand or foot or a quarter of a limb, or like that size. So think of like palm sized.
And is it like already a predetermined like design, or is it
whatever you want, baby girl?
Okay.
Could be your trident symbol with it's the middle finger and it's a dick.
Yeah.
Get that on your arm.
Okay, it's going to be the trident symbol, but in the background, it's going to be an eye, like a knowing eye, you know?
Sure, cool.
And I want it to be, I'm thinking, let's go with, because I'm going to have a code on, let's go with the neck. Starts here, ends just like here, like this guy.
You got it. Are you guys all going to wait around for the hour, or Allie, are you interested in jumping in on any tattoos here too?
Yeah, I'll get that masquerade one because I know there's been times where I need a disguise and I can't. So
that one
get that one.
That one's a little bit pricier.
Okay.
It's 1,000 gold.
Okay,
but
I've got that.
If you can swing that.
Yeah.
And Jinx says that one's going to take a little bit more time. It's a little bit more intricate. It'll be about 3 hours to get that done on you. So 4 hours for the two of you to finish up, which still puts you well ahead of coming home for dinner and stuff. So Hondo, he will sit down and begin with you. And what were you going to say? I'll get rid of it on my inventory and add the gold? So delete your ring of comprehend languages and what did we say,
1,200?
Or yeah.
And also, do I add it to my inventory, the tattoo, or is that not?
Yeah, so you're going to add Spell Rot Tattoo. I don't know if I need to make it a specific spell. I might have to make something for this, like to make a special thing. So for the time being, just like either write somewhere that you have a detect evil and good once a day.
I see here a Spell Rot Tattoo first level.
Yeah,
and a Spell Rot Tattoo cantrip.
Grab first level and add that, and then I don't know if you can add in like notes somewhere like detect good and evil. Otherwise, I'll make like a homebrew thing that will give you a spell, so you'll see it in your spell list.
Okay.
But that we can deal with it. I'll do that for next game. Alana, you can just add Masquerade Tattoo to yours.
Okay.
That one is already pre-made. It's just disguise self.
Okay.
The interesting thing about yours, Alana, yours, you can design it however you like. However, part of the masquerade is you can reshape the tattoo in any color or pattern and move it anywhere on your body that you wish. As a bonus action, you can just you can keep it moving. You can change the shape, the color, the size. No smaller than a copper piece, it says, and no bigger than the original artwork itself.
Oh, that's cool.
You can it's fluid. You can do whatever you want with it. And that'll just take a couple hours. But what do you want the initial design to look like?
So I'm gonna get like this really pretty tribal goat head with the horns kind of curling, so it looks like Keith. And then for the wild cards, I guess like in around the horns, I'm gonna get the spades of the cards in the 4 spades, like in each of the horns like that.
I love it. That's cool.
Yeah.
So the 2 of you will be locked up here for a couple hours then, if that's while Jinx goes to work here. Designs, they come out looking fucking perfect, super cool. And like I say, Allie, you can feel it kind of connect with you, and it becomes this kind of morphing thing that you can kind of control. And you can just feel this, like, for the both of you feel pain, obviously, but you can both feel this kind of extra buzzing and like kind of like tingling of magic. You both take it incredibly well. Allie, it feels like nothing. Hondo, you wince a couple of times as he gets up along the collarbone. That part hurts a bit. But it comes out looking super fucking dope.
Wicked.
What did the rest of you guys do for a couple hours?
Just wait till we get these tattoos for real, guys. It's gonna be great.
In Hondo, the same spot.
I'm curious to know. I would love to ask a couple questions for you, Jinx. Jinx is the one talking to us, right?
No, Rabbit, but good.
Rabbit, would you be able to procure us a scroll of water breathing?
Yeah, I'm sure. I don't see why not. Give me a couple of days.
Sure. Yeah, we'd love that. How much would you cost for that charge?
Let's see. Water breathing. That seems like something that's a little bit
common, pretty cheap.
Not exactly, but it's not terribly troubling. I could probably get that for you for about, with my time included, for a couple of days. Let's see. Looking probably about 600 gold.
Okay, can do that.
You just want the one?
No, probably not. What do you guys think? How many of these scrolls should we have? They last 8 hours.
24.
24 hours. And how
Yeah,
many
it's 24
creatures?
hours. That's great. I think it was up to 8. Kyle, do you have it there?
10 creatures.
Oh, great. I could also summon Fern skinned as something water breathing-y so that we wouldn't have to worry about him. Maybe 2 just to be safe.
Sure, I'll cut you a deal on the second, as I'm already going to be going to the same place. Still take a little bit of time, but probably put you about 1,000 gold all said and done.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I can get it for you in 3 to 4 days. Is that all right?
Of course. Do you take gems?
Of course.
Done. I just look at the group to make sure everyone's okay with that, but then I will give this man 1,000 gems from Party Gold.
Yeah, you can, in a couple of days, I'll get you 2 scrolls of water breathing.
Dory. And then, we got this cloak of Elvenkind that no one wears, and we got this cloak of, or it's a Pivwafi of fire resistance. How much would you buy these for?
Well, the cloak is, that one's pretty common, no offense.
The Elven one? Sure.
Yeah. It's still good, obviously. For people of my kind down here, comes in handy. This is an interesting piece, though. You say, where'd you get this?
Man, I don't even remember the Pivwafi.
Were you down in the Underdark?
We're in the Underdark, but we've been in some pretty nasty places.
That's interesting. Traditionally, you don't see these outside in this under the sunlight. It can be troubling. That's a little bit more rare. I'll give you a little bit better deal for that. What are you looking for? Like I say, with your boy Blue here, straight coin or trade?
If we were to trade, how much would this be worth to that Displacer cloak?
For both ladies?
Pardon me?
For both 2 for 1?
Yeah.
Throw me a persuasion check.
I forgot I've been blind for like this whole walk. Not blind, but I forgot the sun bothers me for like this entire walk.
Yeah, I didn't want to like make a whole thing of it. It's not going to really do anything. You're not trying to perceive shit here.
I'm just squinting a lot.
Yeah. Pull your cloak up over.
What the fuck is right there? 19. It wasn't great for me.
No, not for you. Well. He says, you guys are doing a lot of business here, and I'm going to have these two here for a couple hours. For both these cloaks, I could knock that displacer cloak down to about $2,000.
I'm one of these kind of shoppers where I have to think on it. I really appreciate that. I think I'll hold on to them for now, but maybe when we come back for that water breathing, we might make an exchange here.
If it ain't gone by then, I'll hold it for you.
Appreciate it.
All right. Anything else for the non-tattooed folk?
I think like I'd go at some point, if we're not too far, I'd go drop the stuff off at my house.
Now this is not far from your house.
Yeah.
Alana and Honda are going to be here for 4 hours, at least Alana for 3 hours after Honda's done. So,
yeah.
And Jinx can only do one at a time. So, it's going to be tons of time for you to go there and back. You'd be back before Honda's even done, I think.
Yeah.
Although you'll be taking it slow because it is explosive powder.
Yeah, very carefully. I might actually, depending on what Val's doing, recruit him. Oh no, it's probably too big for the bag of holding.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I could just jam it in there.
That's
really?
Not a good idea.
No?
That's really no.
Okay.
No. Yeah, I'll just at some point I'll drop that off in my basement, and I'll have to at some point go try to do some stuff with it.
You and Fern could go do it. Fern would be happy to help.
While I'm there, could I at least take a look at, not necessarily complete, but I did grab a couple different pieces of stained glass. Sorry, Nate is being so loud today.
No, it's cute. Don't worry.
That's Hondo getting his tattoo done.
Yep. I'll take the slightly less pretty pieces, and I'm just going to try to look and potentially draw up plans or see what I would need to try to fashion these into like some kind of glasses for Val to try to help block out the sun, and then potentially on the way back, or you know what, I'll probably end up doing this in Upper Arundel because they should probably look pretty. I'll get to like someone like jeweler who actually knows what the fuck they're doing potentially to
make something proper.
To look something with like the nicer, prettier pieces that are more pink or red.
Yeah, go ahead and make just a straight intelligence check.
Jesus, I should have asked about that.
Intelligence, that's 19 total.
Wow.
Rolled good.
Yeah, I mean, given the tools you have in your kind of workshop at your house, and you have some bits of metal from like the frame of the window itself, and just kind of doing a little makeshift work, you could fashion something if you wanted to that would be serviceable, if not super like fancy looking, but it would definitely be serviceable.
Okay, good to know. And then yeah, at some point, it might not be today, but I'll try to find a jeweler to actually do something to do a better job. Or maybe I'd bring Valentine to a jeweler because I'm sure he would want to pick out the style and everything himself, and I don't trust myself to provide direction.
It's got to look elegant but understated. Come on.
Okay, wait, we have like 2 hours. Let's go find a jeweler because...
Okay. I'm really milking it. Like really milking. Oh, it hurts so much.
And I can tell that you're really milking it. So it's just like interesting.
No, you don't have to, Mary. It's fine. You don't.
I do this, the like snow blindness, I'm sure, is not helping. Not the
exactly.
The snow.
Mary, you would have no issues finding competent jewelers, even in Lower Arundel, someone that you would have worked or would have seen in passing. What is it that Val would want to try and design?
Rosie's just hiding her bone in so many different spots right now. Just trying to keep track. I will probably just something like this, or something Jeff Goldblum-esque that are like just like tinted like pink or red.
Sure.
Maybe like a little Matt Murdock, but not like the full circle. Probably more like a thicker frame.
Sure. It's starting to get late into the day, and Buddy says he could probably have it ready by like tomorrow evening, if not morning, 2 days from now. But it's only going to cost you, because you're providing the glass material, it's only going to cost about 20 gold.
Oh, great. Mary, I can pay for this. You've done so much already. I'll pay for it.
So say 2 days time for that. No.
Like a pinkish look to it. Do you see this like aesthetic I have going on? Something like that.
No issues with working.
There's no way I could have figured all this out.
No issues whatsoever.
Where do I keep this? Right here. 20 gold. I'm going to give you 25 because I appreciate you working on a holiday.
It's not.
I don't think it's a holiday anymore, is it?
It's a week. It's a week past Deepwinter's Day. You guys are
I
late.
appreciate you working on a holiday.
He takes it.
I appreciate craftsmen and good hard work.
That he is. So, unless there's anything else, do you guys want to make your way back to Ye Old Keep?
That NPC was just Dan Levy, by the way, with his own eyewear brand. DL eyewear, whatever. He's got his own eyewear brand. I would quickly be like, Mary, I have to pick stuff up for tonight. And I would thank you for helping me. And then go with Fern and pick up what I had done for my secret bard.
Mm-hmm. The coin of which I messaged you yesterday.
Yeah, I'll spend that right now.
Should be no issue to acquire the various items.
Because I had done it like the week before I'd left. I'd taken some time.
you like placed orders. You just weren't 100% sure what exactly you wanted. We talked about this. You're good.
Awesome.
At some point when I'm out with Val, I'll just say, hey, so I had an idea, but it's not something I can accomplish. But I think it might be a nice surprise, but you need to be involved.
Okay.
Scott, I'm going to message you something. I'll include Pal, just so he sees it too.
Secret.
You are welcome to claim this fully as your own, but regardless,
Mary.
I'm going to send you a message in a second. I need to do something with my baby, and then I need to find somewhere to put him, and then I'll send you a message.
Secret Bard.
God, I love Secret Bard. Okay, I just had to do some math about how much money I spent. Ooh, damn.
No worries. What we can do, because I don't want to jump into Secret Bard until Amanda's here properly. And I still obviously want to do Amanda's information she gets from Rabbit and Jinx. So once she's here, we'll jump back into that and then into Secret Bard. But let's go ahead and do our level up.
Oh, yeah.
You will all be leveling up as a result of your journeys of late. We'll say it happens through the overnight, but we can go ahead and do it now. I don't plan on fighting you with anything, so please don't start any fights.
I watch Hondo just looking at the brothel.
Hondo is a brothel, or is a lover, not a fighter at a brothel.
Not sure about that.
So everyone is going to hit level 16. Lavender is going to hit level 15. So if you guys want to go ahead into your D&D Beyond character sheets, you can go to little gearbox, go to your manage levels, bump up the level in whatever class you've decided. Hope you're enjoying this week's episode. If you like what we're doing here, check out the other videos on our YouTube channel, including D&D tips, discussions, recaps, character interviews, and more. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Hexplorers DnD, or join us in the live chat when new episodes premiere on YouTube each Tuesday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Thanks for watching. Now back to the episode. We're back, and everyone has officially leveled up, mostly 16s, but 115 kicking around there. Lavender's back with us. So let's go ahead and roll hit dice, and then I'll do a quick round table of like what everyone got from their level up, super fast, just real quick, and then we'll jump back in time to Lavender with Rabbit and Jinx, and then we'll jump forward in time.
Thanks, guys.
Back to the fort /keep.
Back to Secret Bard.
So, Valentine, Hondo, and Gord, D8s. Lana's rocking the 12 with a barbarian level.
Oh,
Lavender's
yeah.
still killing it with the 6. And Mary is a 10.
Finally, for the first time ever on an HP, I got 8.
There you
Wow,
go.
what a day. This is great.
Do I do this too?
Not on a D8, but you will shortly.
You can go ahead. Everyone just go now. So D6 for Lavender, for Amanda.
Maybe I'll do a real dice.
I think it's fun to do a real
It's way
dice.
more fun to do real if you got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try this one.
So 1d8. Which is
I got a 6!
Hey, D8, Kev, yeah.
It is a good day on this side of the table.
Okay.
So if you go to
These.
So just
Nice.
add the dice. It automatically adds your Constitution modifier.
Manage.
3 for Kev, so you can add 3 or if you go to your character sheet, back to manage levels and then manage HP in the top right.
Oh no.
Wait.
Add 3 to whatever that number is. Gord, roll a D8 as well.
Got 6.
Ooh, that's pretty good. Throw that into your HP. Marriage roll.
Got a 7.
Ooh, also very good. And Allie?
I rolled a 10.
Hey, wow.
Oof,
Big HP
wow.
jumps all around.
This is
Yeah.
good. What did Mary roll?
7.
Damn.
Is this foreshadowing because we need it?
Yeah, I mean, we always
Oh,
need-
yeah. You guys are coming into the home stretch here. All the biggest bads in the world are looking down your door.
in all the planes.
Yeah.
Look, Oric's bigger now. This is
Yeah,
great.
she's like,
Ark got a big HP increase.
she looks so much bigger there than in real life.
I know. She looks like a teddy mutant.
Well, I could just
there.
have hair.
Yeah,
He's so cute.
she's a monster.
Kyle, did I put that in rolled HP or HP modifier or override HP?
Rolled HP.
Rolled HP, just whatever that is, add 3 to whatever the total of rolled HP is.
Got it.
I'm in the 200s now.
Holy fuck.
Jesus.
I'm 206.
Oh my god. I think I just hit like over 100. Like,
Last
Check.
time.
Yeah, you just cracked that.
I'm 112 now.
I think Gord will have just cracked 100 on this roll as well.
Oh, Gordon.
Okay. So, real quick.
That's at 126. What the fuck?
I got that amulet though.
That
got the
amulet's
amulet.
just killing it
Because
for
I think
you.
that amulet's like 50 or something.
It's got to be even more now, I think. It's crazy.
That's a lot. So, let's do a quick round table of what everyone got on their level up, starting with Allie. What'd you do?
I am taking level 7 Barbarian. And with that, I get Feral Instinct, which
Mhm.
basically means that I now have advantages on initiative rolls, which I was
Mhm.
terrible at before. And if I am surprised at the beginning of combat that I'm not anticipating, I can act normally on my first turn.
Yeah, so you are basically immune to the surprise feature, as long as you rage in your first turn,
Yeah.
which you do almost every time, anyways.
Yeah.
Hondo, what did you do?
I took. I leveled up on my. Oh boy, what's it called?
Rogue.
Rogue. Yes, thank you. I leveled up on my rogue to level 16, which allowed me to boost my charisma by 2 points, and now I have initiative of plus 11 and a proficiency bonus of plus 5.
Yeah, and your spell save increased with that for your bard stuff.
Yes.
So big 17, which actually is pretty crazy. Valentine.
Sorry, I had to get the mute. So I took another level bard, so I'm now bard 14, warlock 2. So I got 2 magical secrets, and so I took aura of vitality and power.
Circle of power.
Circle of power. Just some support stuff, and I now have peerless skill, so I can spend a bardic inspiration on an ability check that I do after the roll, but before we figure out if I made it or not. That's me. And my finally roll an 8 on HP. I think you saw that already. I was excited. It's never happened on Jack.
Big deal.
Big deal.
Lavender.
Lavender. Not a lot happened for me. Not gonna lie. Going that one level up doesn't change a lot for me. I went up sorcerer.
Mhm.
So I think I'm level 14, 13?
Yeah, right there.
Level 14! And
14
one bard.
Or 1, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, 14-1.
Mhm.
And then spell that swapping is to be determined.
I could spell swap, but I probably won't.
Okay.
because I'm stubborn like that.
Hey, it
And
works for
I
me.
rolled a 6, which was
Max
a very
D's.
exciting day. We're probably going to order food and
Yeah, wow.
not like we weren't going to
keep that
anyways,
luck
but
rolling.
got to celebrate.
Gordon, what'd you do?
Look at her.
I leveled up to level 16 Warlock, and I got the Resilient Feat, which is part of Dexterity.
Yeah, boost that.
What does that do?
So it boosts dexterity by 1 and then gives you proficiency in dex saves.
Oh, cool.
So his dex went up to a 16, and now his proficiency is like a +7 or 8 to his dex saves.
Getting all lithe and limber. That's good.
Yeah. Gord the White, much more live.
Yeah. Yogi.
And Maddie.
I get another Indomitable dice.
Yeah, not a whole lot there either.
That's it.
But
Fine.
What did
Only-
Nate
oh,
take?
super
What
helpful.
did Nate think? Oh, he's very excited about the health, I'm sure.
Okay. Level up's taken care of. Technically, you haven't done them yet in world, but we're getting loosey-goosey on this one. It's fine.
It's Christmas.
Jumping back in time ever so slightly, as Alana and Hondo are getting tattooed by Jinx, and some trading and gold is exchanging hands. Rabbit turns to Lavender and says, and of course we haven't forgot about you, love. You had asked us to investigate and learn some information of a place you said you saw in a dream or in a vision. Give us
Yes.
a little image to work with, and I'll be upfront. It took a little bit of palms greasing and time invested to try and learn what we could. So it'll cost you 100 gold for this information I'm willing to offer.
Thought I already paid you.
You did.
So do I have to pay you again? Because that seems silly.
Well, seeing as we hadn't determined a price before, you couldn't have paid me because I wasn't sure how much it was going to take me to do.
What if I paid you a little bit less and we came up with a really cool handshake together?
Lav,
You
we
can
have
pay me a little bit less, and I'll give you a little bit less information. That's fine with me.
Lav, we have a lot of gems from that dragon horde. We can afford this from Don't worry.
Okay, pay him and tip him.
I don't think I'm here for this in this moment, but you know that my voice of reason would pay you back for any gold you spend.
This could
Okay,
easily
I
be
just
before
really
you
wanted
guys
to come
slipped
up
up.
with
Okay, before I went, then I'm we got
a cool connection, but yeah. Pay the man what he wants.
Don't like that attitude, but sure.
This is very important information.
Important enough to spend 100 gold.
Yes.
And I give
It's good information.
I more meant like she was very reluctant. Fuck it, keep going.
Hey, gold between friends, it can be a little tricky subject, but you guys seem free with your coin. So, it seems like the plane in question, based on your drawings and what we could find, is known as the Plane of Limbo.
I'm writing all of this down, by the way.
Immediately, like journal out, quill at the ready. It's a place of supreme chaos. There's kind of twisting and everything is changing, and bits and pieces of rocks and trees and elements all flying around, entire landscapes and craziness. It's kind of literally a plane of chaos incarnate. Though it was believed for a time, from what we learned, to be lost to the elemental chaos at the heart of our universe, at the heart of the cosmos itself. If you're having dreams, maybe it's not so lost. That's interesting. Do with that what you will. But what is it you're looking for specifically? We got kind of a name and a general idea, but
I want to know if I can get there. Is there anything, like, if it existed before, was there a way that you could get there?
I'm not the most arcanely qualified to speak on it, but if you can get to any of the other planes outside of our own, this is just another one.
Would it be a similar plane to leave?
I would imagine it would be a little bit more challenging given the chaotic elements. But, looking around at your friends, you guys are pretty capable. I wouldn't be surprised if this is something you guys could do. The only tricky thing is, like I say, I don't know much about traveling the planes. You might want to talk to the people at college to get some more specifics. But I don't know if you need a specific inn to get there, or just like, hey, I want to go to Limbo. Woo! I
got
don't
it,
know.
got it. I have one more question. You know how sometimes when you're on the little planes, things change, like, oh, maybe you feel heavier, you feel lighter, you are floating, all these things. If you are in this plane, does it change anything about you?
You know what's we did actually do a little bit of, like I say, a little bit of research, and there are two things. One, yeah, if you're there physically, the plane tries to change you, but it does make you a little bit weightless. You can get lost in the actual elements of the plane. It's pure chaos, and it will try and basically transform and mutate you. So keep that in mind. But yeah, you're kind of free and weightless and flying. It's amorphous. There's no terms of gravity. But the more important part is your soul, right? It's an outer plane, and when chaotic souls pass on our plane, or any plane technically, and they move on to the other, if they are true chaos, their soul ends up here, and it becomes a part of the world. It becomes a part of the plane.
So you could not be there physically. You could not even exist anymore, but your soul could be there.
Yeah, exactly.
You could be dead and you could be there.
That's right. Basically, as with any of the outer planes, if you're past here and your soul passes on, it passes on to a new place. It passes on to an afterlife. It just kind of corresponds to what you were like in life. If you were a total piece of shit, you probably end up in the hells. If you were a pretty great person, you might end up as an angel up top. If, in this case, you're super chaotic and weird, you might end up in limbo.
Oh no.
She might not.
Can the soul maybe go from this place to another plane if it does good things?
That you got to talk to a priest, I think.
No.
I have an idea.
No.
Could you see about tracking down an item, something that has history from the plane of pandemonium? You said
Limbo.
Track down. I mean, that's a big ass. You guys want to put down a little bit of a retainer? I'll do my best.
If you don't even know where it is, do you think that you could even get this thing? What
No
kind
clue.
of thing?
I literally
just
have
wondering-
no idea.
If we had some material from that plane, it could be easier to shift there. But I mean, we have important friends we could ask around. I think this is
take
great
no
knowledge.
offense.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is great knowledge.
Is
We can
there
do this.
anybody at the college that you think you would suggest to ask for? There's a lot of people up there.
At a college, I mean, you're looking at the one of the triumvirate at least is going to know. From what I understand, your best bet is probably the little guy, whatever his name is. He seems to be knowledgeable of the outer planes.
The little
What
guy.
interesting.
The little guy.
We have good rapport with Eli.
Okay.
But probably any of them will know more than I. You know, I did this research over the last week and kind of found bits and pieces here and there.
In books?
In some, more often in passing from talking with people. But there are some books on the outer planes if you're looking for it.
Okay. This was very helpful, Rabbit.
Hey, that's what I'm here for.
She does this really discreet little handshake without touching him, hoping, but it's quick, hoping that maybe he'll,
Reciprocate.
yeah.
Make a sleight of hand check.
What would I do that? Oh, there.
That one.
Oh,
Pretty good.
24.
Yeah.
She really wants this to happen.
Yeah, you get
Do it.
he's locked in on you as you're having this conversation, and he is really good at reading people as part of this kind of rakish audacity kind of character. And as you kind of go in for something, he just starts to mimic and follow through with what you're doing, and it becomes this kind of weird, somewhat interpretive dance handshake. Everyone else, it's fucking weird, but he seems to reciprocate.
I think that one day in the future, if I get out of all this crazy stuff, I really think we have a good connection. I love what you do, and I feel like it's something that I could do in the future too.
So you're looking for apprenticeship, we're well, I'll never kick out old Jinx, but we could work something out, I'm sure.
This is good to know. Okay, Valentine, we've got to go do that thing. Eventually, we got to put that in the calendar.
I promise we'll put it in our calendar. Apprenticeship with Jinx. That's cool.
I feel like Lav would love that shit.
Yeah, that'd be
She'd
cool.
love like learning stuff, telling people what to do.
I mean, it's kind of already what you were doing before meeting the wildcards. You were just doing that with Evenfall. Now you're doing it with these guys. So with that information, Lavender, I imagine, gets a little lost in her thoughts as to what she wants to do. Valentine and Mary split from the rest of the crew and go off to do some stuff. Hondo and Alana, you guys get your tattoos all finished up.
Dads.
Gord, are you hanging out with them while they're getting their tattoos, or do you want to do something else?
I'll watch them get tattoos.
You got it?
I feel like you would.
Just puffing on that pipe, watching it.
Yeah.
Every now and again, as it's happening, Alana's just kind of like staring at him, like, "Are you watching? What's he gonna do?"
You still wear your helmet, Brock?
No helmet anymore.
I don't wear it anymore.
Ooh.
Helmet is gone. The
Just
face
imagine
of
you
Gord
blowing
is
smoke
revealed.
rings like in Brawley's face.
Yeah, but she can't move, so
She's
she's like,
still intimidated by him, so she's like, "I'm not gonna say anything."
I picture the ring being big enough because she's so small that it literally goes over her.
It is interesting though. Like you have this lingering intimidation, lingering fear of Gord, of what he used to be, but despite like having that lingering like mental feel, you don't get that fear anymore from him. Like, you know, he has a totally different aura about him now that is more calming, still powerful, but less "I'm gonna slit your throat and eat your intestines."
It was always a fear.
During the time you guys are getting your tattoos, you catch Valentine over your earring saying, "Meet you," or Mary, "Meet you back at the keep." So once you guys are finished with the tattoos and all that jazz, you make your way back towards the keep.
Like shoulder Valentine. It's like, if we can make it work, I think she'd like it.
We can do it. I checked. We can do it. You want to come with and we'll make it quick? We can be right back.
Sure. Yeah. Actually, I might make a stop.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Oh.
What? What?
I stop at a manor overlooking the. Okay. All right.
You didn't say that. I have to,
Sorry, you're right.
I got something to drop off.
You could invite a +1 to this, dinner tonight if you wanted.
Would that be weird? That'd be weird.
Well, he paid for all this stuff.
That's actually, you know what? That's actually very fair. It would be rude.
I think it would be rude.
Right? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, sure. I'll come with you, but I'll go on the earring and just, because we're in that area, so the earring should work if he's wearing his. I don't know if he is. And just see if he wants to come to dinner because we're home.
Sure, do you just straight up ask, "Hey, you want to come to dinner?"
Yes.
Just watching you make a call.
Yep.
You hear back in your ear, just direct to you. I'd love to. What time?
What time? What time did we decide?
An hour from now. Sun's going down lower because it's almost winter, so like an hour from sundown.
Hour-ish?
Make sure he knows this isn't just you and him. That'd be so awkward.
It's like, yeah, then because of all the staff, I can't remember his name. Kyle, what's his name? Mary would remember his name.
Ralston?
The cook. Yeah, Ralston's.
Ivan is your cook. Sorry.
So the lovely staff you sent along are setting up a late midwinter's day because we kind of fucked off during the rail thing. It's important to Valentine.
Too much. You're talking too much.
I'll be. You just hear back, "I'll be there."
Okay. Yeah, we're good to go.
Is it okay?
Yeah, we're good.
Are you gonna wear that?
Wear my coat. Oh God. Yes, probably. I don't know.
Your full mithril like armor.
This seems formal.
Maybe
Formal.
when you got home, you could change to what you wore to the big dinner we had with the royals. We can figure it out later. Let's.
I wore this to the big dinner. We're just bickering as we.
You guys make it a quick journey to where you're headed. Quickly find out all is well, and make a little extra pit stop. I need Val to make a straight charisma check.
Okay. Oh, thank God. 22.
Great. And we'll do Mary to give a straight dex check.
$21.
Great. Both smooth talking and moving fast. You get what you're aiming to do.
Great.
You're a little behind in time.
Shit.
Like you have a lot of places, a lot of movement is happening here.
If anything, it'll just add to the surprise. It'll be fine.
Ultimately, you guys will be coming home like potentially an hour after everyone else gets home.
Shit.
You'll be a little late.
Means your date has just been sitting there awkwardly. Hondo's probably just staring at him.
While you guys are making your little trek, the four of the rest of the wild cards, you guys make your way back to the Deepwinter's Day festive adorned keep. There are still the 2 crates left under this Deepwinter's Day tree. The 6 by 6 foot wrapped in brown paper object. And you're just kind of waiting on your other 2 members. But you now see there is a new human figure in your kitchen, feverishly moving between several different dishes. You see he's a bald head, clean shaven and kind of shined up, glimmering kind of bald head. This big, thick mustache.
What? Yes.
Love it.
And just kind of wearing traditional chef's garb as he's just chopping away on vegetables and things, getting things ready for dinner. You are not met by Ralston, but instead a pitch black tabaxi makes her way as you enter, makes her way into the entryway, and says, "Welcome home, Wildcards. My name is Lady Cheshire. I am part of the service here now. Is there anything I can get for you or do for you? Please let me take your cloaks. You must be wet." And she just begins aiding Hondo, Alana, Gord, and Lavender back into the home.
All of you are silent, just staring at her.
Are you guys doing anything in the hour that Mary and Valentine
Are late.
Think I'm gonna go. Do I have a room?
You live here.
Kidding on. Guys, I think I'm gonna go to my room. Probably you can come if you want.
Okay, I'll come with you.
As you make your way up to your room, you see Ralston is kind of standing at the top of the steps. And as you guys go up the stairs, it would split left and right. And he's standing at the top of the steps and says, "Pardon me. Can I help you as you come upstairs?"
Going to my room.
Perhaps it would be best that you return to the Great Hall.
Why?
Can
I insight check him?
Sure. He hasn't said anything, but yeah.
I want to read his vibe.
Is it gonna be? I have really. Okay. Ooh,
Man, she's
22.
rolling good. She's rolling good.
Yeah.
I'm just
He is obviously stammering and not very good at this side of trying to keep you from going to your room.
Are you trying to take my room for yourself?
Oh, no, ma'am. I have quarters with the other service.
It's not bigger than my room, though, right?
It's actually, for all 3 of us, it's actually smaller than your entire room.
Okay, good. I just want to go. Are you gonna stop me from going? If he stops us from going, you push him aside. Okay.
If we have to, I will attempt to stop you. However, this is not a aggressive action. I've been asked by a secret bard to keep you from your room.
Oh, okay. In that case, can I please go downstairs to the fire and have a warm a warm cup of something sweet, something
be more than
you
happy.
think would describe like Secret Bard Day.
A hot toddy sounds excellent.
Hot toddy.
Yeah. Brawley, do you want one?
Yeah, I haven't had one in a while, so that'd be good. I'm getting so nervous. I would really like
You know
one.
why I keep whispering at you?
Why?
But I think it's just so cute. Okay, we'll have 2 hot toddies down by the fire. I would also like
Don't spoil your dinner.
a nice snuggly throw.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And he just gestures for you guys to return back down the stairs without moving yet.
Okay. I'm totally into it. I totally trust him. I'm like, this is so cool being in my house.
Won you over.
Yeah.
In a short amount of time, you guys find that not only did they, whoever, Alexander or otherwise, provide a butler, a cook, and a maid, there's like furniture that you guys didn't have here before because you didn't really have a whole lot. It was pretty threadbare. There's like nice, comfortable like couches and chairs in your great hall. You got a whole dining spread. It's a lot more comfortable here now. And very quickly, 2 hot toddies and a nice warm blanket are brought to you.
So dope.
As you guys sit, Ralston comes and stokes the fire, and it is a deliciously Christmassy atmosphere.
I put on a playlist of
Fuck, I love it.
I put on a Christmas playlist. I'm gonna send it to you guys.
Well,
You know what? Honestly, with the amount, how far behind our recordings are, this is like going to be released closer
Gonna be
to
close.
Christmas.
We'll be close.
Okay. Merry
Pretty cute.
holiday. Happy Deepwinter's Day to
holiday.
anyone watching. How are you celebrating this year? Send us a tweet at Hexplorers DnD.
So, as the rest of you are waiting, and you can see that like the maid Cheshire and Ralston keep like checking in on the rest of you, seemingly waiting on the rest of your party. There is a knock at the door.
I'll knock at the
Watch.
door. I'm
You
not
watch
on.
as Cheshire rushes to the door and Ralston both at the same time. You can hear this kind of muffled conversation before Ralston enters and introduces Alexander to the 4 of you left in the house. He walks in and you can see he has a small pouch in hand and a bottle of wine. And is just kind of looking at you all and says, well, lovely to have you back in town. Did your adventures beyond go well?
Mary and Val aren't there, guys, so you guys gotta talk.
Oh, everybody but Mary and Val.
I mean, they weren't as expected.
Well, you're
You know?
alive, presumably.
honestly, this is nicer than what we were dealing with before.
I should hope so. I hope everything is to your liking, to your
We-
satisfaction.
We had to deal with a lot of shitty people, a lot of shitty wizards, a lot of shitty devils. I mean, you wouldn't believe what we saw. So
It was
this,
pretty shit.
This better be nicer.
I would imagine this is far nicer. Is Mary here?
Did you bring us gifts for Secret Bard?
I brought something for Mary, and I brought a bottle of wine for anyone who's interested.
I think she'll be back. I think her and Val were off doing a couple of things. I don't know what though.
What is your relationship with her?
With Mary?
Yeah, with Mary.
We've worked together for quite some time.
So you say you're like work buddies.
Work.
She goes like this to Brawley.
And then she'll just kind of go like this and go, she's so awesome, isn't she?
She's so cool.
So
She's-
cool.
She's quite capable. Allow
Let's
me.
just cut to the chase. She likes you, okay?
What did you get her?
I mean,
Oh, you want to keep it a secret?
no. She has a particular affinity for coffee, so I got her some good coffee.
Does like coffee.
She likes both of you. Now, what did you get her? We need to make sure this gift is of a certain standard.
Aren't you listening? He got her coffee.
I got
She
her.
Coffee.
loves coffee.
Coffee? What the hell is? Why the hell would you get her coffee?
Okay, Honda.
It's
What would you get her?
Mary.
This is a terrible gift.
Hondo, what would you have got her though?
I mean, coffee is like 2 gold at the market. Give me a break.
This is good coffee.
That this is
Hondo.
nice coffee.
This is nicer than 2 gold coffee. But
All right, well, you know what? When she opens it, I will taste it first. Make sure this is like 10 gold coffee. We're talking about.
if
I
Mary
feel like you
decides
shouldn't
to give you a
taste
cup
her
of coffee, then yes, you can have some other coffee. But
Okay, so moving on. Hondo.
This is Alexander's nightmare for an hour.
he just
Alexander.
slowly is kind of excusing himself into the kitchen. As you call his last name, he's like leans into the doorway.
Would you like a hot toddy?
You know what? I think I will see if they can whip me up right now. I'll be right back. And he just kind of slips into the kitchen. A long 12 minutes later, Valentine and Mary, you guys return to the exterior of your keep after pretty significant, like you guys are winded. You were fucking booking it.
God, I hope it wasn't awkward with Alexander there, just alone.
Oh God, that's awful. I'm sure it's fine. You know, people can be polite. Oh.
People can, but the wild cards. Okay, you ready?
God, all the chaotic people are there.
Go up to the front door. Open it
door.
wide.
Yeah. You guys enter immediately in the kind of great hall. You can see the gang all still just kind of crowding around Alexander as he is just very uncomfortably knocking back hot toddy after hot toddy, sitting in one of the chairs.
Just as soon as we walk in, mouth very like quietly, I'm sorry.
As you enter, he immediately like kind of gets to his feet and shifts around and is like about to kind of rush towards as he sees the companion you guys have brought alongside you, a scarlet-haired dwarven queen stands pulling back her hood as Baldora steps up beside Val and Mary. Alexander immediately kind of gives this faint bow, to which she kind of like nods Riley and then looks for Alana out of the group and just rushes towards you.
I run to her and go, my sister!
That's so
Triple
cute.
her.
She gives a very big hug and can see that she's still like in her like regal armor and like very like way too fancy and like way too regal for this moment, and it's like partially uncomfortable, but she's like, it was supposed to be a bit of a surprise. They came and got me. Obviously, I'm not ready for a dinner like this, and probably shouldn't be seen out and about. I'm supposed to be here on like an official like trip next week, so I'm kind of jumping the gun here. But I couldn't miss coming to see you.
I'd say we could have used like Belle has invisibility. We could have like snuck her through the city.
Oh,
Trying
I'm
to be
saying there was no
discreet as
issue.
possible.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was all Mary's idea, and I just like shoulder Mary, and I'm just smiling, happy to see them together.
You guys, this is so awesome.
Now,
Thank you.
let's have dinner, let's have some laughs, and then let's get to Secret Bard.
Very quickly after this moment, dinner is served. Full-on Christmas feast. Big old bird. Couple of just like plates of vegetables and all the classic fixins. Ralston comes across and just kind of taps Valentine on the shoulder and says, there is a gift from your sister, if I'm not mistaken. A case of some Lindaran wine. Perhaps you'd be interested in indulging.
Please, let's open it up and make sure the three of you have glasses.
Well, not while we're on duty, but perhaps afterwards.
You're off duty now. The dinner's, well, we can help clean up. Yeah, please.
He goes to the one crate and does open it up to provide one of, there's like 9 bottles in there. And as he serves to the group of you, this shit's good. It's like top shelf wine, like real good
Imagine
wine.
Elven wine. They could age that shit forever.
Oh.
Even bat an eye.
Yeah, this is nuts. Like, to those of you, actually, Allie, having like the highest constitution and dwarven like fortitude. Even this shit is like, whoa, that's all right. That's all right.
Ooh,
It's good.
this is going in my head. Ooh.
It is a lovely night, a lovely dinner. You're all full and have good conversation with good friends and family. But the time does come, unless there's anything you guys want to chat about around the table.
If there's any coffee at the table, is there coffee at the table?
Don't spoil it. I didn't even know about that, but don't spoil it.
You don't know about it. There is no coffee at the table thus far.
Okay. When there is, I'm going to look at Alexander. I'm just going to be like...
Just like having a cup of it.
Yeah.
It's like lean over and go, do I want to know what that's about?
He says, I'll show you in two seconds. Please take part in your...
I'm very sorry. It took way longer than I thought it was going to.
No, it's fine. They mean well.
Okay.
All right, everyone.
Okay.
Let's get in a circle around the hearth. Got a nice fire going. Let's start Secret Bard. A week late, but nevertheless.
Wildcards are never punctual.
That's right.
Everyone roll a d20 for me.
Oh, yes.
Ooh, it's like initiative.
Because you're attacked.
Yeah, that's really cute.
Alexander stabs you in the neck.
Okay. It's not Alexander. It's Carl.
That would suck.
The entire keep has been a demi-plane the whole time.
Natural 20.
Ooh. Lorded.
Okay, just shout it out. Go ahead.
16.
10.
I got to 3.
Oh, do we add our initiative score? Or is this
Nah, just straight d20.
9?
Oh my god, that's so funny.
6.
Okay. Then, hold on, let me pull up my notes.
I'm excited. This Christmas music needs to get better, though. Come on.
So
That
before
Skyrim White Run music is pretty great.
I know I like that almost better than the Christmas music.
I'm going to go back to it.
Before we dive in,
God.
I did have everyone kind of send me some information for those of you that did. However, I kind of like it better if you guys just do your own thing. I'll say based on the roles who steps up to go, and then they'll pick up. If I have it here, I'll describe what they pick up, and then whoever had them can describe what they find inside. If there's anything special about it, they can explain what it does. If it does anything, if there's a card, all that jazz. So, based on initiative rolls here, Gordo, you're up first. Brilliant white furred gourd. You step up to the tree ahead as all of you have kind of gathered around with your drinks in hand. What does Gourd find?
So he gets his gift first.
What's his gift?
So Lavender walks up to the tree and takes out this like book-looking wrapped package. And it's like wrapped in twine, but it's got like a little spring of like evergreen on it. Very like handmade wrapping and everything. This isn't fancy or anything like that. And then she hands it to Gord and gives him a little pat. He says, "Happy Secret Bard, Gord."
And what does he find when he opens it?
So he opens it up. Gord, let me explain it to you, okay? Like while you're opening it up, let me explain it to you. Okay, so open it up.
He
So-
opens it.
He opens it. Okay, so I'm not getting emotional. So, Gord, you know that I love to draw. At first, I was like, oh my God, I should give you this book of the Hondo drawings because he is so close to you. And some of the things, it's like loaded ammunition as a joke or just like really nice, you know, like curves and everything. But then I thought, no, it shouldn't just be Hondo. It should be all of us because, Gord, you know that I love you and you're my kitty, but I also love everybody here. And in looking for the person that I call home and my family, I found another family. So if you open up this book, you're going to see pictures of all of us doing the things along the adventure that we've been having here. And the last page is something really special. And so he cracks open the book, flipping through it, and there's pictures of us in the desert, me as a dinosaur, you know, Allie becoming like with her sister, and Gord going to this transformation, becoming like white and all this stuff. And Hondo, like just funny moments of like his hat burning and shit like that. And we get Mary and everything getting her new armor and everything. And then Val getting his new sword, but then there's like a little homage to Heartbreaker. And the very back, he cracks it open, and it's different than anything that Val or Lavender has ever made before, because it's like a pop-up.
Oh.
So it pops up and it like opens kind of like sparkly. She kind of like enchanted the last one with a little bit of like her own lavender magic. And it's like sparkling when he opens it up, and it's a pop-up of all of us standing together. And it's like all handmade. Gord, I never had any money to buy anything, and I thought, you know, I could buy something, especially because I'm really good at going through Valentine's bag. I could have got some extra gold to buy you something nice.
What?
But I thought that this would be so much better, because this is how I would always make gifts for people that I love.
Gord has tears in his eyes. He's like, this makes the sacrifice worth it.
Oh.
And
she just gives him the biggest hug.
Beautiful. Great opener.
Fluffy
Lovely
kitty.
opener.
On the
Everybody's
front of the
crying.
journal as well, I'll say that it's like really nice, like bound leather. And then there's this like carving of a piece of lavender.
Cute.
Cool.
Very nice. Very
Well,
nice.
guys, most stressful part of today over. Now I can just enjoy. Thanks for all your time.
As Gord sits there and continues to thumb through this lovely tome of pictures and memories, Hondo certainly gets impatient and rushes up to find something with his name on it.
I think I pulled Hondo.
Mhm.
That's my first one. Okay. Hondo. Grab you this.
At first, I felt like you had my accent.
I did.
there.
I did. It's a parrot.
Classic.
It's a box about this size, maybe like that. And you open it up, and it's pure black and maybe like a silver ribbon on it. So when you peel off the ribbon and open it up, it is a replacement Commodore hat. Fucking beautiful, pristine hat. And Valentine will just like come over and kind of like flip it and point. When Gambino had shot your hat, there was just little fragments of it left. And I said that I had picked up a piece. And so that piece is sewn into the hat. And then around the brim, it says Captain Hondo, the wildest card, in like embroidered around the
Oh,
brim.
that's so fucking cute.
Good. Well, I always thought of you as a lesser, but today you are this high in my
Just for
books.
today. I appreciate it.
Today and forever. And then I just give him a big hug
I return it.
with my hat on.
Oh, I return
Puts
it.
the hat on. It fits perfectly, and a definite worthy successor to your former hat.
Oh, times 10.
It definitely gives this air of superiority that you're always looking for. From Hondo, we go to Alana. Alana's turn. So who had Alana?
You want to read the card that comes
Sure.
with the gift?
Allie, as you step forward, looking through the boxes and the things all gathered beneath the tree, you see this golden wrapped box, and you can see this kind of tied with this like green leather like ribbon, and it's like tied off, and it's rather nice. And there's a card on top that does say, your aim will never be as great, but this will put you close. Keep being strong, like actually, because we need it. Your friend, the original certified lover boy.
What's in it?
I get to open it.
Yeah,
It is.
a little tentatively.
Yeah, seriously.
So it is 3
Explosive vial.
bullets of screaming, with a slingshot.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So there is this like inside this box is kind of like lifted up on a little bit of paper and a box. There's a leather sling, like a proper leather sling weapon, and then within a different box there are 3. They kind of look like heavy iron whistles, but at the thick part of the whistle, you can see carved this bearded, like open mouth, screaming dwarven face, like a battle cry at the head of the whistle that kind of comes out to a point. And when you use them, they do some cool shit.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's awesome.
I'll drop into the chat.
Oh, cool. Good gift, Hondo.
She runs up to Hondo and hugs him tight. She's like, "Thank you, Hondo," but she like picks him up. She's so excited.
I love that. I love that.
And I'm like coughing, like,
Yeah.
remember your strength.
Oh, sorry.
The feather in your hat is kind of waving.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'll also be like, these were very special bullets, so like when you use them, like if you can get them back from the dead body, you just take them, don't forget that.
I will, and I'll always think of you when I use them.
I
I'll
murder.
tip my hat.
No.
When I murder.
As
Oh,
the
that's
two
awesome.
of you finish, Valentine is up.
Walk forwards.
Brawley puts down Hondo and then goes up to where Val is and then picks up this cute little green box with a little black ribbon around it and hands it and says, "This is for
Aw,
you."
thank you. Take off the ribbon, open it up. What do I see?
So inside is a pocket watch.
Oh,
And it has, if you open it up, the face on it has like a fern. It looks like a picture of fern almost on it. It's a painting that someone
Precious.
hand painted on there. And then there's an engraving on it, and the engraving says, "Time waits for no one but us. Here's to forever."
oh.
Oh my god!
I just like stare at it, just so emotional, hiding back tears, and then I'll give you a big hug and then kiss you in front of all of the wild cards.
Aww.
Damn, Allie, can you write my vows?
And then I just kind of I whispered to Val, I was like, I was gonna put like "I love you big time" or something on it, but then I thought that would be too punny or too cheesy, so I hope that's okay.
It's okay, but you can always be punny with me. That's who
Okay.
we are.
Eldora
Sure.
just like wolf whistles from the couch,
Hey.
several
like-
glasses of Lindaran wine deep.
Don't make me regret bringing you. Thank you. And I'll immediately put it on and then just like kind of hang out with you off to the side there.
As the two of them finish this little moment, Marie, you blushing and smiling as the two of them have this little moment. You step up.
Who had Marie?
Marie, who has Mary?
I did.
What does Mary find, Gord?
So she'll open a box, and inside will be a nice snow globe. And inside the snow globe is what looks like my old tail, and it's kind of spinning, and it's snowing. And underneath the tail, it says, "Don't ever lose yourself."
Oh my god.
So cute.
Oh, cute. I like shake it.
It drifts a little bit of snow. It's very
Oh,
beautiful.
Very pretty. It'll be like the first like official real thing to go in my room.
Oh,
I'll give Gord an awkward side hug
Yeah.
and then realize that neither of us really like this and turn it into like a nod. Thank you. It's glad we still have you.
Glad to be here.
Finally. Lavender.
oh.
Got this happening.
So under the tree, there is a little like slightly bigger than a ring box, but just like craft paper, simple craft paper box with just like instead of a card or anything, there's just a piece of lavender tied on it. And when you open it, there's two things. On the top is a little cuff earring that matches all the earrings that we have. I tried to get one like as exactly the same as I could. And it works just like our earrings.
You officially have an earring of whispers to tie in with the group's earring.
Bless.
Only 50 episodes later.
I do love being out of the loop, though. It adds for some comedy.
That's fair. And then underneath, there's a little folded note. And on the note, when you open it up, it says, "The only thing that makes a place a home is for you to declare it so, but personalizing your room helps."
Oh my god, no. Can I go?
Wait till we're done. But you
Are we
could go-
done?
You could go check it. Oh, we're not done just yet.
Oh my.
But why don't you go check it out? See what happened.
Yeah, it's still my turn.
Dimension door.
And then I basically like push off and run up the stairs.
Lav, you rush up like feverishly up into your room. Ralston does not stop you this time.
I'm like shoving the earring in my ear too on the way.
Easily enough, you break into your room, and Mary?
Inside, the room itself hasn't changed, but there's, well, except for one thing, and then there's a huge pile of stuff in the corner. So in the corner of the room, there are assortment of like house paint in a whole bunch of different, as many like pastel colors, but really whatever colors she could find. But an assortment of pastel paint colors to do whatever you want with in this room. There are buckets of dried flowers, mostly lavender, but like anything else that I could get in the winter. One wall, everything was taken off and it is just filled with empty, like a mismatch of empty frames. Most of them roughly the size for like your sketchbook. And then in the top on one corner, there's a little installed little perch with a little cushion on it, like a little cat perch up in the corner.
Orc knows exactly what to do. Tears start to fill Lavender's eyes and she just can't believe it. And she's like, wants to go and just barricade her in her room until she can personalize it. But instead she knows how important it is to be with everyone. And she runs out and gives Mary like the biggest hug and holds on a little bit too long.
Because it is Secret Bard and you guys have never had Secret Bards, I actually got more gifts for all of you because I wanted to make up for lost time. So I'll just quickly hand these out. And I think they're all pretty small. But I hand each of you a gift. Except Hondo, you already got one. Mary, I give you this little box about like this big. And inside, when you open it up, it's an enchanted mug that always keeps liquid warm and has a baby owlbear relief in the side of the cup.
Oh.
Gord
Always keeps liquid warm.
I go up to you and I have another like small size gift and I hand it to you. And inside, well, I'll say, Gordo, nothing will ever replace Gerard, but perhaps this will lessen the burden of his loss. And inside is this tiny emerald statue of a curled little snake. And it's a figurine of wondrous power that can become a giant constrictor snake when you say a command word. Now I'll go to Lavender.
So cool.
Give you another box. This one's like thinner, like this. And inside is a elegant looking quill with a flourishing feather like that of a peacock. But where the eye of the peacock feather should be, instead sits this like shimmering circle of rainbow hues that are reflected down the shaft. And no matter what ink the quill uses, you can switch the color of the ink while you're using it.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
And then Brawley, I get you a very tiny box. And it's a charm for your necklace where you've kept your eyes and your teeth. But it is a heart with little goat horns on it.
That's so cute.
And then the last thing, I have one more thing, but I can see hiding behind your back, Alexander, you have a tiny gift if you want to share it.
He just kind of just hands this like bag of like a burlap sack of good coffee beans, not wrapped, not anything, but like stamped like just straight from the store to Mary, and just says, well, it'll go well with the mug, I suppose. It's not much, but I'm not good at buying gifts. I instead furnish entire keeps and hire staff. I'm not good with little things.
He's still very excited because very good coffee.
Yeah, it's very good.
My last thing was something I wanted to run by you guys, and I'll reach in my bag of holding and take out this like slip of paper. I'll actually take out a bunch and I'll like hand them all to you. And they're posters, and it's a poster with our logo on it. What we have is like crests and badges in the like center of it, and above it in like title font it says, "The world needs unlikely heroes." And then beneath it it says, "We call upon all those who strive for more, for those who long to make a difference, to better themselves, to better the future of Vesaria. We call upon the heroes of tomorrow who seek training and tutelage today. The Wildcards, at their keep on the outskirts of Arendelle, invite all who will rise to the challenge of seizing their own potential as warriors, protectors, scribes, researchers, arcane wielders, and discreet investigators to apply for apprenticeship on the," and I haven't filled in the day yet. But I open this up to you guys. I'm trying to think of what we do after all this if we manage to, save the world and stop the material plane from collapsing. But we're not getting any older. But we are getting much stronger. And what if we passed on our knowledge to people who are worthy of it? Would you guys want to train more wildcards?
Decided we get through all this shit. Seems fitting.
It would be nice not to be the newest one.
We're wild cards. We got to add to our deck.
That's what I thought. Hondo, you could be super aggressive towards new impressionable people.
What I would say no to new wild cards, yes to a personal army.
Okay. I can jive with that. We'll always be, the hand of the wild cards, but we could fill out the rest of the deck. Something to think about. Especially now that we got staff, we got a home base here, we got ways going around. We could collect some people worthy of the expertise we've gathered. Anyways, this was your first Secret Bard. I love you all. I can't wait to celebrate Deepwinter's Day with you right here next year. But a little toast to us. Everyone grab a glass, just raise it up.
Yeah,
Cheers.
Yeah.
And I hope that coffee's good, Mary.
I'm sure it did. You had a cup of the last coffee, right? It was like the best fucking coffee.
Okay.
Fine, you don't get any of these.
It is handed off, and Ivan will go and begin brewing a pot of coffee. Is there anything else you guys wish to do for the evening?
Just
Was,
be merry.
was the crate of wine what was under the tree?
Yeah, so the crate of Linder and wine was one, and then actually that's a Baldora kind of pulls Allie close to the big 6x6 like kind of wrapped piece. She kind of puts a boot and kind of kicks at the crate and says, "That's some good fire whiskey if you're interested in sitting back one of these nights in that crate there. It's good stuff. It's from we have a pretty big stock of it in the keep. I figured you should have some. But this," she says, gesturing at this big, like, 6x6 thing. She says, "This is something I had made that I hope you like."
I love it. It's so cool.
You, like, kind of pull back the, like, paper wrapping on it. And you see this 6 foot by 6 foot painting. And you can see, like, from atop the Red Keep at the point of the, like, kind of Pride Rock that juts out over the city where you guys battled and fought alongside the people of Haverfeld, Hammerstock. You see at the edge 2 red-headed dwarven women, the 2 of you kind of arm in arm, overlooking kind of this landscape of Hammerstock. And it's just like the 2 of you standing together overlooking the city that you both are the stewards of. And it's just this beautiful kind of like oil painting, and the brush strokes are big and heavy, and it's massive. She says, I thought this would fit whatever home you choose. At least it'd be a piece of myself and a piece of our home, wherever you go.
I'll treasure it always, and I'll just give her a big hug, and I'm like, thank you so much.
It's the least I could do. With the evening coming to a close over time, you were all
At some
fed.
point, I will, not in front of everybody because it's awkward. I'll 2 things to Alexander. Pull out, this one's business and not that fun, and I'm going to give him one of the sending stones.
Okay.
Because I know you can get a hold of me, but we can't always get a hold of, the council here, and this way, in case of emergencies, awkwardly. But slightly more fun. I know you're a bit of a wine snob.
A little.
Which is, yeah, and I'm sure you've had wine from every corner of this place, but I'm hoping that this might be something new, and I'm going to pull out a bottle and just put it on the table and say, Feywild.
You have a bottle of Feywild wine?
Snagged one from the summer court. So it tastes like strawberries, but it will fuck you up, so be careful.
It did fuck us up.
Yeah.
I barely remember that night on the beach.
Yeah.
Boy.
He is a little stunned, and says that's very generous of you. Thank you. I almost feels foolish to open it now, but there's a part of me that wants to.
I mean, it's up to you. I think Hondo's like 8 cups deep over there, so either that or save it.
Perhaps I save it for another night with a little less company.
Picture Hondo flirting with the tree. It's just like, you look good.
trying to drunk call the Grey Lady.
Yeah. Can't remember what manor she's in. Just goes around Upper Arendelle shouting.
Hey.
But he leans in swiftly and kisses you on the cheek and says thank you for everything.
Watching this shit like a hawk. All right, good night, guys.
Get a room, everyone.
Hondo, we have rooms.
Then go.
And that's Hondo, that's a tree. I just want to reiterate that is our Christmas tree you're touching. Right?
I look at it and I like suspiciously throw a punch at it
It bites at your arm like a mimic. Baldora just kind of gestures to Allie and says, can I bunk with you or you?
What? Wait, no, what? You can, yeah. It's here. Come.
Well, I don't want to overstep or anything.
No,
I mean,
you're here.
Sipping my glass.
I've got, I don't mind the couch. I may be a queen, but I'm no snob.
Well,
Do you know what? I actually need some help in my room. And I have so much space.
I wouldn't bunk with her.
And I think that we could get a lot of headway together painting this thing up.
You know what, Lavender? That sounds like a great idea. I've got a second windfall with this wine in me.
You and I, I've been you.
Yeah, it's weird.
And I kind of want to talk about how I did.
Yeah. Okay, let's go. Yeah. I'm bringing some fire whiskey.
She looks at Brawley and she says, you owe me one. Except that your sister.
I also just want to point out that, between the 2 of you, you have 2 rooms.
I know.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Yeah, just like we have 2 rooms.
But you don't want to make it that obvious.
No.
Sneak off to one room.
Yeah, and she just grabs a big bottle of fire whiskey as well.
Mary forever catching the obvious and very helpful.
Yeah, insight, baby.
Yeah.
High insight.
You all return to your rooms, respective or otherwise, and D&D Christmas comes to a close.
Yay!
Aww.
Great secret bard, everyone. Great gifts.
That was really fun.
It was so much fun.
A
The most
lovely
wholesome
night.
thing that's ever happened.
Yeah.
Honestly.
For this group, yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Join us next time as the Wildcards set off in pursuit of another relic of the Fatesworn, outfitting themselves for crucial battles to come. There will be a new episode up every Tuesday, so stay tuned. But until then, keep exploring.